One more big push now. Come on, you're so strong. Keep going.
Oh my God. Look at her. She's so beautiful.
You did very well.
Look at him. He's so beautiful. He has your eyes.
In the real world, some love stories are written not with ink, but with tears, courage, and the heartbeat of a family fighting for each other. Today's story follows Linda's life or death delivery, a night when fear, faith, and unwavering devotion collided inside a brightly lit operating room. As Linda struggles with a dangerous childbirth, Quang and his mother pray endlessly, refusing to let hope fade. Quang is finally allowed inside the operating room, holding Linda's hand through every second of the battle until baby Sophia arrives safely, bringing light back to their world. The day Linda was taken to the hospital for the delivery was supposed to be a moment of joy, something she and Quang had imagined countless times with excitement and tenderness. Yet as the morning sun climbed higher, painting the sky a soft gold, an unexpected fear slowly overshadowed their anticipation. Linda's contractions had grown stronger, more painful and irregular. Nurses rushed her into the labor room, attaching monitors to her trembling body, while Quang stood helplessly beside the bed, trying to hide the dread tightening his chest. The hallway outside smelled faintly of antiseptic and echoed with hurried footsteps, but for him, everything felt strangely muffled, as if the world had narrowed down to Linda's shallow breaths and the rising anxiety in her eyes. Hours passed. The initial hope began to waver. The doctor stepped out with a serious expression that instantly made Quang's heart sink. She's having difficulty. The baby is not descending as expected. We may need to proceed with an emergency C-section. Those words struck him like a blow. Linda, who had been trying to stay strong, broke into tears, gripping the bedsheets as if trying to hold on to courage itself. Quang bent down, brushing her hair gently and whispering that everything would be all right, even though fear was tightening around him like a cold hand. Outside the room, Quang's mother, who had rushed to the hospital as soon as she received the call, clasped her hands together so tightly that her knuckles turned pale. She whispered prayers over and over, her voice trembling but determined. The thought of losing Linda or the baby terrified her more than she could admit. She had always loved Linda like a daughter, and imagining her in danger filled her with unbearable fear. Every time a nurse passed by or a door swung open, she lifted her head, searching for some sign, some reassurance, but none came. As the medical team prepared for surgery, the tension in the air grew heavier. Machines beeped steadily, nurses moved swiftly, and Linda fought to remain calm, even as her body weakened from the long struggle. When the intercom suddenly called for the surgical team to assemble, Quang felt his heart plummet. The moment they wheeled Linda toward the operating room, he reached for her hand, but had to let go as the door shut between them. That brief second of separation left him standing alone in the hallway, breathless, his mother's prayers soft behind him, and an overwhelming hope that both his wife and child would make it safely through the storm about to begin. The moment the doctor granted permission, Quang was rushed into a changing room and handed a set of sterile surgical scrubs. His hands trembled as he tied the mask behind his ears, the overwhelming blend of fear and determination tightening in his chest. He had never imagined he would step foot inside an operating theater, much less during one of the most crucial moments of his life. The hallway leading to the surgery felt impossibly long, its cold fluorescent lights flickering against the polished floor like a silent countdown. When the doors finally swung open, a blast of sterile air washed over him, carrying the sharp scent of antiseptic and urgency. Inside, the operating room was a whirlwind of controlled chaos, machines beeping steadily, nurses moving with precise coordination, and the metallic clink of surgical tools echoing like distant thunder. And there, at the center of it all, lay Linda. She was pale, exhausted, and trembling slightly, her breath shallow under the oxygen mask. Yet the moment her eyes found Quang's, something inside both of them steadied. He moved toward her without hesitation, gently taking her cold hand into his warm, shaking grip. "Linda, I'm here," he whispered, leaning close so only she could hear him. "You're not alone. Just hold on. Our baby is almost here." Her eyes filled with tears, not of fear, but of profound relief. She squeezed his hand weakly, as if drawing strength from the very presence she had longed for since the ordeal began. The anesthesiologist nodded to Quang, signaling him to stay right where she needed him most. Despite the bright lights and the intimidating instruments surrounding them, the world suddenly felt smaller, quieter, as if the universe itself paused to witness this fragile yet unbreakable moment between them. Outside the closed doors, Quang's mother remained in the hallway, pacing with hands clasped tightly in prayer. Every few seconds, she glanced toward the red "Operation in Progress" sign glowing above the door, whispering fervent pleas for both mother and child. But inside the operating room, time took on a different rhythm. The surgical team worked with swift confidence, their voices calm yet urgent. Quang could feel Linda's fingers tightening around his as the first incision was made, and he lowered his forehead against hers, letting his steady breath anchor her. "Just a little longer," he murmured, his voice cracking under the weight of emotion. "Sophia is coming, and we will meet her together." Time inside the operating room moved in a strange way. Too fast to grasp, yet painfully slow for a terrified father and an exhausted mother fighting through the storm of childbirth. Quang felt every second stretching like an hour as he stood beside Linda, holding her trembling hand while the doctors worked with swift, practiced movements. The metallic hum of surgical tools blended with the rhythmic beeping of the monitor, forming a tense symphony that echoed the weight of the moment. Linda's eyes were half closed, heavy from pain and fear, but she kept searching for Quang's face, grounding herself in the warmth of his voice and the unwavering strength in his grip. Then, like a miracle cracking through a dark sky, a new sound cut through all the noise. A fragile cry, small yet powerful, like the world's most sacred announcement. Quang froze. Linda's breath hitched. The room, so tense and cold a moment ago, suddenly felt warmer, brighter, alive. The doctor lifted a tiny, pink-skinned baby into the air and turned toward them with a gentle smile. "Congratulations," she said softly. "Your daughter is here. She's safe. She's perfect." Linda burst into tears, releasing every fear she had been holding inside. Quang felt his knees weaken, his heart swelling so fiercely he thought it might burst. When the nurse wrapped the newborn in a soft blanket and placed her into Quang's arms, he could barely breathe. Sophia, so small, so delicate, so impossibly beautiful, blinked up at him with sleepy, innocent eyes. In that moment, the world stopped. Nothing existed except the fragile miracle resting against his chest. He leaned closer to Linda, lowering the baby so she could see. Linda brushed her fingers against Sophia's tiny cheek, her voice breaking into a whisper. "Our little girl, she made it." The two of them shared a look filled with gratitude, relief, and a love deeper than anything they had ever known. Outside the room, Quang's mother fell to her knees the moment she heard the newborns cry through the hallway walls. Her tears streamed down her face as she clasped her hands tightly, whispering thanks to every blessing she could name. When Quang stepped out moments later, holding Sophia carefully as if she were made of starlight, his mother pressed her hands to her mouth in awe. She touched Sophia's forehead with trembling fingers, overwhelmed with joy. Fear was gone now. Worry melted away like frost under the sun. Their family had crossed the darkest night and stepped into a new dawn, and in the center of it all was baby Sophia, the tiny miracle who brought light, hope, and boundless happiness into their lives.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các khán giả của kênh Lý Tưởng Linda Review. Vậy là câu chuyện của chúng ta ngày hôm nay đã kết thúc tại đây. Trong câu chuyện của chúng ta ngày hôm nay thì Quang và Linda đã có những giây phút rất là hồi hộp và gay cấn khi sinh bé Sophia trong phòng mổ. Và một điều hạnh phúc hơn đó chính là bé Sophia đã cất tiếng khóc chào đời. Điều đó làm cho Quang và Linda vỡ hòa hạnh phúc. Mọi tình tiết hấp dẫn về câu chuyện tình yêu của Quang và Linda cũng như bé Sophia sẽ còn được kể các video tiếp theo. Các bạn hãy bấm vào nút subscribe để đăng ký kênh, sẽ nhận được thông báo mới nhất về các tập phim sẽ được phát sóng hàng ngày trên kênh nha. Cảm ơn các bạn rất nhiều. Thanks for watching and bye bye.